You are? Have you guys done this yet? No? What are you guys learning in chemistry? Oh, atomic structure. Okay. You'll get to this. And you'll remember me. Okay? Show your teacher too. Sometimes teachers are like, oh yeah, that is a better way to teach it. Maybe they go, no, that's my way. We'll see. Alright. Next, adding a pure solution. Pure means it's 100% pure. So the value of 100% would be 1. Okay, like you have pure grape juice, which would be all grape juice. Right? This problem is about grape juice. So pure is always 1 for 100%. And that's why, like, when you go to like organic stores, an example, I was eating my lunch meat yesterday and I happened to read the front of the package and it says it may contain up to 15% of a flavored solution. Flavored solution? What do you mean? What's in my roast beef? Why isn't it just beef? Why is there something extra in there? You go to McDonald's and you get a hamburger. You assume it's all ground beef. Probably not. Especially like Taco Bell. It's not pure beef. It's mixed with other things. So anyway, pure is hard to find. But organic, or anything with the word organic, usually means it's pure. Which means it costs more. So our Dum Dum Dugan came back. And he's drinking some grape juice. And he says his grape juice is 12% grape juice. And so how much pure grape juice should we add to 6 quarts of the drink so that it's now 30% grape juice? Right? We could add all we want, but it's never going to be 100% pure. It'll be close. We can make it really close to pure, but it will never be 100% pure. So we have 2 types of grape juice. We have the 12% grape that he's starting off with. And we're mixing that with our pure grape juice. So he claims his contains 12% grape juice. So 12% value would be 0.12. How pure grape that would be what, my X? We don't know how much, right? And pure grape amount is here. How much pure grape would have to be added to 6 quarts of the drink? Where does 6 go? No, value would be the percentage. That's referring to what he started off with. Dum Dum had 6 quarts of 12%. Right? That's what that's saying. Yeah, 6 gallons, or 6 quarts of 12%. So this is 6. And we're trying a mixture that is 30% grape juice. That's what we want, so that goes here. Now we just said before we started that pure grape juice, anything pure has a value of 1. And this would be 6 quarts plus who knows how many quarts. So we'll put 6 plus X. Any guesses on how many quarts we need? From 12% to a 30%, you're starting off with 6. Any guesses? So you have 6 quarts. How many? 15? You're at 12% trying to get up to 30. That's almost triple, right? So, somewhere in there, right? Maybe 18 is my guess. Anyone else have a guess? No? All right, guess, let's do it. 6 times 0.12 is 0.72. 1 times x is just x. Or you could put a 1x if you wanted to. And then we have our 0.3 times 6 plus x. Solve our equation. This plus this equals this. Do some math. 30% of 6, well, 10% of 6 is 60 cents. And 3 of those would be $1.80. Plus 0.3x. The x is on one side, minus 0.3x. Those cancel. Then I have 0.72. This is a 1x. 1 minus 0.3 is subtract off 0.72. If you have $1.80 and you take away 72 cents, that's what, 8 cents plus your dollar you had. Divide by 0.7. And you get 1.5 quarts. Wow. Christina, you were way off. Why do you think it wasn't that many? Well, if I was to equate this sense, you've had 6 assignments in your average in the class. Let's say you have a 12% grade, right? If you just 100%, 1.5 times, assuming all the values are the same, 100% is a pure score, right? So if you got 100% just 1.5 times, that would be enough to get you to a 30%. Does that make sense? So it's not that hard to go from a 12% to a 30%. You're adding hundreds, right? So I was even off. My guess is way off. It's 1.5. So Dum Dum Dugan, I'm just going to say he needs 1.5, or you can leave it as 0.5. 1.5 quarts of pure juice, grape juice. Good. So we talked about 2 things that were different amounts of different amounts of acid. And we talked about water, that's 0. We talked about pure, that's 1. That's pretty much all you can do with the chemical equations. It doesn't get any more trickier than that. But now, what if we talk about, when we stop talking about more chemistry, and we talk about, this isn't regular price versus sell price, that's wrong. This is another mixture question. I saw that and I thought we were going to talk about sell price and prices, but this is the wrong heading. So let's make a table. Before I read this problem, I remember this problem from last year. It's very insensitive, I think. So hopefully you take it with a light heart. Peacock. Again, I did not make this word problem. Mr. Parker did. He's kind of has a different sense of humor. Okay? So ground meat, like ground beef, right, is from a cow. That's what you make cheeseburgers, tacos, and stuff like that with. So his example is ground peacock. United States, we don't usually eat peacock, I don't think. But other countries, maybe they do, I don't know. And then it's about ground gopher. You know what a gopher is? You know? Well, first, do you know what a peacock is? You know what a peacock is? You do? The feathers. I'll pull up a ground gopher. No, I'm not going to search ground gopher because I don't want to see that picture. I'm just going to search gopher. These guys. Those are gophers. Okay. So that's part of what you're eating, I guess. I'm sorry. Really strange word problem. So you have ground peacock and ground gopher at different prices. You're mixing it together to make a mixture of meat that I guess would taste better. Ew. Very nasty problem. Amount, value, total value, A times V, total. And I remember we were talking about ground peacock. I like peacocks. They're very beautiful. And then ground gophers. They're okay. I don't really like gophers. Well, ground peacock meat sells for $1.50 per pound. So where would 1.5 go? Value for ground peacock. How many pounds of ground gopher? So how many pounds would be ground gopher? We don't know. That would be X. But ground gopher sells for 90 cents per pound. It's cheaper than hamburger. Should be mixed with 30 pounds of ground peacock. Amount is 30. That's a lot of food. I don't know who we're feeding. 30 pounds is a lot of food. When I cook, I usually, like when I make tacos, I only make like 2 pounds. This is a massive amount of ground peacock. Maybe it's for school lunch today. Hope not. Maybe you already had it for breakfast. Maybe that's what that was. Anyway, finishing the problem. We don't know the total. Oh, we forgot one piece of information. We want the mixture to be $1.05 per pound. So you're making this special meat mixture. Ground peacock is more expensive than ground gopher. This word problem is messing with my head. So to make it cheaper for someone to buy, you're going to add in some ground gopher because it's cheap meat to make it cheaper overall. Does that make sense? This would be the equivalent of like Taco Bell taking their ground beef and mixing it with who knows what to make it cheaper for the customer. So you buy it for $1. And I like Taco Bell, I'm not trying to diss it, but I mean, $1 for all that meat and it costs more than that at the store, you know there's a problem. Okay, so 30 times 1.5, well that would mean take 30 and add on half of 30, which would be what, 45? So 30 times 1 is 30, half of 30 is 15, 30 plus 15 is 45. 0.9x, and then we have our 1.05 times 30 plus x. Set up my equation. Time to use a different color. 45 plus 0.9x equals $1.05 times 30 plus x. Solve that. $1.05 times 30. So that means 30, keep the 30, and then add on 5% of 30. Well, 10 of 30 is 3, so half of 3 is 1.5. So that should be 31.5, right? And again, I'm just trying to do math in my head. Feel free to use a calculator. And then plus 105x. Bring this. Just move the x's to the left. Take off $1.05 on both sides. And then 0.9 minus $1.05 is negative 0.15. Subtract off 45. Negative 0.15x. 31.5 minus 45. Negative 13.5. Divide by negative 0.15 and you get 90. Oh, wow. 90 pounds. Ew, I'm not even hungry anymore. 90 pounds of ground gopher. That's what X is. X, 90 pounds. So we have how many pounds together? All together? 120 pounds of meat. I'm changing this word problem for next year. I'm not keeping this for next year. I'm changing it. I'm going to change this to like meat and chicken or something. Something more acceptable to me. Alright, so how many ground gopher? You would need 90 pounds of gopher. This is a gopher weigh. Oh my. The gopher is only like 4 ounces. So it takes 4 of them to make a pound. So if it takes 4 gophers to make a pound, you got to count out like bones and stuff. That's a lot of gophers. I just made a bunch of vegetarians today. No one's going to eat meat again, huh? I'm sorry about this word problem. All right. So, any questions on that? Anyone want to bring that extra credit? If you could bring 120 pounds of ground peacock gopher. I think peacocks are protected. All right. I should have put an extra room. So let's just put it here. Compound mixture applications. And instead of bubbling in 1, 2, 3, 4, just put the number you're at, like I'm a 4. An extra box. Like so. So that's where you put 1, 2, 3, or have to put 4. Okay. And I thought it would help you learn this. It's just word problem. A mixed review. Compound mixtures due tomorrow. Remember the difference between simple and compound. Simple, we already know the amount that we have. Compound, we don't know yet. That's the difference. Word problem. Same thing we already learned. Tomorrow, we'll review, and then plan is test on Monday. Questions? All right. That's all I have.